Welcome to the live. Another episode of High Value Shan, where not only is Shan a high value man, but so is the content. Today, we're talking about dating over 40. The women's edition. We're gonna have a men's edition on another broadcast, but today we're talking about women and dating over 40. Let's go. Are you guys drinking your water? I kill this every day. Started at the top, 7 a.m., 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. You got to get one of these, man. It's good. So we're listening to Gabby. She has an interesting story, and I want you guys to check it out. We're going to give commentary as we go along with the story, and it may be something that you can learn if you're over 40 and you're dating. All right, let's get into it.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabby.
Hey Gabby.
I've decided to start a vlog about dating in my 40s. So a little bit of background on me. I find myself single again after being out of a 2-year relationship for about 6 months. And I have decided to put myself back out there in the dating world and just try to have fun with it, see what happens. And
6 months, huh, Gabby? It's pushing it. 2 years in a relationship, back out on the dating scene in 6 months. You know, most women jump back into the dating scene quick. You know, sometimes they're not even out of the last relationship before they enter the next one. they got a door already open before the last door is closed. And oftentimes they accept whatever man throws them a first compliment. You know, guys, if you want to get with a woman that just got out of a relationship, just start complimenting her. To start telling her all the stuff that her last guy didn't tell her. Or her last guy did tell her, but she was no longer interested in hearing it from him. That's usually the case. Attention, attention, attention. Give that attention and you're in. You know, and honestly, most women already have a backup. She already got a dude waiting to go to Pound Town. So women, they'll jump right into a next relationship, man. And when that guy finds out, he's like, oh, yeah, you about to break up with that nigga? You about to break up with him? Can't wait. Because he's been lurking. He's been waiting, sliding in the DM, waiting for you to leave that dude. Listen, he'll slide in the DMs, and he don't really say anything overt because he don't know if the ex or her current man is checking her DMs and all that kind of shit. So, you know, he keeps it cool with the likes, the hearts, the compliments. But he's waiting for that breakup so he can slide up in there. Woo! And she's ready for that. So, yeah, women jump right into a relationship or the next something after the last something. No healing, no therapy, no self-reflection, no accountability on the problems that she had in the last relationship. She just expects the next dude to just go along and get along. Yeah.
And now I've decided to do a vlog. So I just want to put a little disclaimer there. You know, everything I'm talking about is completely subjective. I consider myself to be quite a feminine woman. I would say I'm definitely not a feminist. So, yeah, I realize that there are many people out there that probably wouldn't agree with my views. So, and you don't need to, and everyone's entitled to their own views. So, I'm not trying to tell anyone what is correct or incorrect, but I'm just rather going to share my honest thoughts and feelings about it. And, you know, if it's relatable to you guys, great.
You notice that women always give a disclaimer to other women? They give that warning, right? Because they want to make sure that other women realize that they're not crossing the lines of that women's club. Whenever women get ready, and I've noticed that, man, I do this in Clubhouse. When women come up and they want to say something that is unfavorable to other women or favorable to men, they want to make sure they give, you know, the other ladies might hate me for this, but you got to give that women disclaimer to notify all other women to lower their weapons. A friendly is walking across the battlefield right now.
Okay, so I had my first date with a guy I met on Bumble it was 2 nights ago. This is when the date happened. So in text, like in chatting with him, I can't say like I felt excited. I mean, the chat was a bit mundane, but he did look good. Like he looked like, he was pretty well put together, good looking, 6'1", which I like tall guys. And he seemed like he was like he had a job and, and not like he was nicely dressed and stuff in his photos, and seemed intelligent as well in text. Like he could form a sentence. He had intelligent things to say, but as you know, like there's only so much you can text before a meeting before it starts to start getting like a little mundane. So anyway, we agreed to meet.
Now that she's in her 40s, she's about to get a rude awakening. But notice she's not excited. The chat was mundane already. Not too exciting with the words that were coming across text messages. Probably the same for the brief phone conversations that they were having. But that don't matter. And you know why that don't matter? It's because he was nicely dressed. And he was 6'1" and got a job. He's checking all the boxes. Even though it was mundane and boring, but she has to tolerate that because options. She don't have the options that she used to have. Younger women don't tolerate boring. When you're in your 40s, you probably got to tolerate a little bit of boring.
I don't drink, and it says this on my profile, but we meet for a drink. So I had soda water, and he paid, which is nice, and he had like some massive cider. So and the conversation like was quite good in person. I have to say, he looked good. So he was a good looking guy, maybe a little skinnier than the impression I got in his photos, but that's okay. Like I still thought he was quite attractive, and the conversation was definitely better and more interesting than it had been in text.
So she glazed right over that conversation part, right? Fellas, notice that she's speaking about the looks. She's speaking about the looks because looks matter. I keep telling you, brothers, looks still matter. And that's why I'm really hard on men when it comes to getting in the gym and getting their body together. It's important, fellas, that you get your shit together in terms of your physicality. Because notice that she's speaking on looks and how tall he is and how great, a little skinnier than she imagined, thought he was going to be a little bit more bulky or whatever. Conversation got a little bit better, but it didn't matter that the conversation was shitty prior when they were text messaging. She skipped right past that because he was good looking and 6'1" and looked like he had a job and, the thing is, the fountain of youth is real. The fountain of youth is real, my friends. And it was my friend Nahisha that told me about 10 years ago, a little longer than, like maybe 12 years ago. She was like, yo, eat right and work out, and you have discovered the fountain of youth. I mean, look at me. I'm 49 years old. I'm 49 years old. I look all right, don't I? I'm not that bad. That's because Nahisha was preaching to a fat, ugly slob, me, 12 years ago. That's what I was. Straight up. Fat bastard. And she took me to the gym and got me in my first kickboxing class with Taj at 24 Hour Fitness at LAX. At the LAX 24 Hour Fitness. And that's where it began for me. So the fountain of youth is real, fellas, and you need to get in the gym if you ain't got your shit together. Because as you can see, looks matter.
So we were at a sports bar because that was kind of the first bar we could find where we could actually sit down and not have to order food. Now, I'm just gonna say that it seems like this time around of dating, and doing online dating, and this makes sense, but more men are now suggesting the coffee or a drink type date rather than a dinner, which I get because it's kind of like such a fickle world. So that's just I'm not judging this, it's just something I've noticed. So anyway, we go for the drink and I was a really cheap date. I only have soda water. I'm not even sure if that cost anything.
Listen, ladies, no more dinner dates. Ladies, no more dinner dates. Ladies, those expensive dinner dates, men are learning not to waste money like they used to before. Now, wealthy men with means, rich men, it kind of don't matter because a $200 dinner date to them is like going to McDonald's. You got a guy that's making $300,000 a year. Spending $200 on dinner is no big deal. $50 for fast food is nothing. But the average guys, $200 for every date, and you don't know what's going to turn out of that. No, they no more dinner dates. So, welcome to reality.
But yeah, so we had good chats, but then there was one little thing that happened that I noticed was we were there was sports kind of because it was a sports bar, so there was sports on in the background, and we were talking, and I think I was saying something, and it happened really quickly, but something caught his attention on the TV, regarding the sports, and he put his hand out like that to kind of, in a way, to sort of wait, stop what you're saying because the TV got his attention. So I was like, wow, did that just happen? It kind of happened quick. But to me, that's a really rude and disrespectful. I think that is an early red flag of disrespect. But I was still wow, did he actually seriously just do that? Is he not conscious about it? No apology, nothing. And it happened so quick, so it was almost did that even happen? But noted, it was noted.
Listen, Gabby and ladies, he was already checked out. He shushed you. He shushed her. That's actually fucked up. He shushed her. The game was more interesting to him than she was. Yes, that was an early red flag. That wasn't cool that he did that. I'm gonna just keep it 100. Wait. Hold on. Let me get back. Oh shit! Score. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. You should have killed that date right there. You should have been like, what? Oh hell no. I'm out. But options. Dating over 40 is a little bit different. You got to tolerate shit a little bit different. Don't tolerate that. Don't let nobody shush you.
Anyway, so we decided after a while that place was too loud, and we decided to go somewhere quieter. And because the conversation was going really well, we wanted to extend our date, but we wanted to find somewhere a bit quieter to have the drink, to have another drink. And so we found a place finally got a table, but then like we get there and he goes to me and he was like, "Are you gonna get these?" So it was kind of putting me in the situation like, oh, I wasn't going to, but I guess I have to now.
No, he didn't want to extend the date. He wanted a return on his investment. Baby, he was already checked out. You think the conversation was going good and just wanted to keep... No, he wanted a return on his investment. So you got this? This one's on you? Yeah? Yeah, okay, cool. Let me order that Casamigos. Or whatever the fuck he ordered. Oh, poor baby.
And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who would be like the opposite of me and be offended if he tried to get the second round of drinks. No. Women would not have a problem with him getting the second round of drinks. No, there's not a lot of people. Women will not have a problem with that brother getting a second round of drinks. You know, because equality is only required when it's to women's benefit. Equality is only required when it's to women's benefit. Ain't no woman gonna be like, hold up, no, I got this. I got this. You got the last one. You got the last drinks at the last spot. I got this. And he no woman is gonna do that. So he had to say, yo, you got this? He had to put you on the spot. When it comes to spending a man's money, no woman would have a problem with him getting the second round of drinks. No, Gabby. But I'll be really honest. I think it's hot. I find it really attractive when a man wants to give to me. I find that very masculine. A man being in his masculine energy, him wanting to provide and give, and just allowing me to receive it. Like I love that. I feel like it really puts me in my feminine energy.
But of course it does, because hypergamy is still alive. Yes, it puts you in your feminine energy. Yes, you want that masculine energy because hypergamy is still alive. But you define it by how much money men spend. You women, you define our worth more often than not by how much money we spend. So yeah, it puts you in your feminine energy when he's being hypergamous because it's still alive. But how are you defining it? What's the criteria?
That's something I find attractive, and I'm not a gold digger at all. In fact, in my last relationship,
y'all never are. Right?
I ended up paying like more than 50% of the time or for stuff because I was in love with him and I just wanted us to have a nice time and I wanted to make him happy.
Listen, ladies, make your man happy. You pay for more than 50% of the stuff most of the time because you wanted to make him happy. Yes, ladies, make him happy, but not by financially providing for him. Kill that notion. If you are providing for a man financially, more often than not, there's a shot clock that's running down for that relationship, and that's getting ready to end soon because women do not respect men when that happens. We're talking average people. We're not talking Oprah and Stedman situations where Stedman's a millionaire in his own right. Generally speaking, because the world works on generalities. We're not talking about exceptions to the rule. Make your man happy, but not by financially providing for him. Some women are so desperate. Some women are so desperate that you'll trick off and buy guys expensive gifts just because you're lonely. You'll take care of him and think that that's what he wants. You break him off. You get gifts that you didn't even buy the last guy who loved you, but you're getting it for the next guy who don't give a fuck about you. You happy to buy it for the fuck boys. Come on. Because you women think that spending money and taking care of him financially is a virtue, and it ain't. It never lasts. That's putting things out of order. Don't do that, ladies. That was your mistake. That was probably one of the demises of Gabby's past relationship, when she's spending more than 50% taking care of stuff. Let a man be a man.
So it's not about trying to get resources from a man or exploit them, but it's really nice to feel like they want to take care of you and look after you. To me, I find that really attractive, and like, I appreciate that there are women that are very independent and would probably find that disrespectful.
No, the women that find that disrespectful are just men in women's bodies. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The women that find that a man taking care of her or providing and all of that is disrespect. That's just a man in women's bodies. Masculinity masquerading around as a woman. That's what that is. You know, women like that are oftentimes combative, you know, in their relationships with men, and they're the alpha type who compete for the leadership role. For the women that get upset when a man is taking care of her, she's probably destined just to be alone, or is looking for a super, and that's not even the beta type. You're just looking for a simp. And how long is that gonna last? How long is that respect gonna last? Oh, you know somebody that does that? One. But you know an exception? That doesn't establish the rule. You know an exception. You know one person that situation, but you know 700 others that I'm speaking on. Don't bring up that one example that you probably are exaggerating anyway. Women who find it disrespectful to take care of a man, that a man is taking care of her, is just men in women's bodies.
So, but you know, teach their own. For me, no, I actually found it really rude because, I wasn't drinking alcohol. My drinks would have been like $3. Anyway, so I go to buy him his drink, because what do you do when someone says that to you? It's like,
he was checked out.
I can get these. So I went.
You know, return on investment.
It was like $15 minimum.
Come on, baby. He wasn't that into.
It was like this fancy beer place. So to me, that was just really, it did not sit well with me. I didn't like the fact that I ended up paying, more on him than he did for me. And like a lot more. And it's not even about the money. If I was going out with like one of my girlfriends, no worries. But because we were on a first date, he invited me out. Yeah, it didn't sit well with me. To me, that was I just didn't find it attractive, and my interest just kind of plummeted after that.
Listen, but it is about the money. It definitely is about the money. In fact, you're counting the money right now. Gabby, you counting the money right now. You were counting the money when you was on that date. If you counted it right now, you damn sure was counting it on the date. You know? And now your interest is gone. Your interest is plummeted because he's not spending that money. You knew your drink was only $3, His drinks was 15. He probably bought 2 of them at the expensive spot that you guys went to the next after the first place. Soda water is probably free. You was counting the money. It is about the money. And be proud to say that it's about the money.
Just found it really unattractive. And yeah, I think just him making a fuss initially about, you know, having to drive up and then making me drive back down. I was like, because in the past, the majority, not all guys, but the majority of guys were happy to come out my way initially. You know, it was chivalrous. I think, you know, they were trying to be chivalrous. And I really appreciate that. Like, I find that really attractive. I like that. That's good in my books. And they pay. They offer to pay. Like, I always offer to pay, and they're like, no, we've got this. I like that. Like, I think
ladies, no more men are driving. Men are learning not to waste money on potential anymore. Not like before. Return on investment is different. In the past, men did a lot of things. I can't front. There was a long time ago, over 10 years ago, it was somebody I was really interested in, and I was driving, had to be 2 hours one way just to go see her. Halfway to Vegas, man. It's into her, everything. And I was doing that 2-3 nights a week. She had a kid. Things was going good. I took her on vacation once. Just to later find out that she was smashing the homie who didn't put in the work that I had put in. Learn that. I had to learn that the hard way. Men are not driving. Men are not doing the things that they used to do because the return on investment ain't what it used to be. You know, also in the past, women used to cook. You want to talk about that? Also in the past, women used to cook. Also in the past, women used to cook. Now you can't catch a chick in the kitchen. You can't catch a woman in the kitchen. Uber Eats, Postmates, dinner on you. Women ain't cooking nothing for men. She ain't gonna be like, let me go to the grocery store and get some of these ingredients and whip up something real quick. That ain't happening. Sorry, Gabby.
Like, really, like, like, I just like it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to pay, like, for future dates. So it's not even about that. I think it's just like a masculine energy thing. So anyway, Steve was like a bit of a fail in my books. Like, I'm sure he'll be wonderful for another lady out there, but no, didn't tick my boxes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye, Gabby. He didn't tick your boxes, huh? Welcome to dating after 40. Women's edition. And you know, Gabby seems like a nice girl. Actually, Gabby seems like a nice girl. She's has a calm temperament. You know, she seems agreeable. And, you know, that's one thing that men are looking for. You know, it's being friendly and cooperative is extremely important to men, ladies. Being friendly and cooperative is extremely important. And bringing peace, as we say. I like to say tranquility because I don't like to use always the buzzwords, but peace is a good word, man. Bringing peace and tranquility is important. Men need that so we can make more money. And the more money we make, the more provisions you'll have. So Gabby, I don't think is gonna have a problem finding another man. I like how she sounds. She sounds pleasing, and she'll be okay. But the reality is, you're gonna have to deal with the men that you ladies have created these days. Ladies, you're going to have to deal with the men that you created. Go get your bag. Get your education. Get that job. You don't need no man. You don't need no man. Independent ladies. All my independent. All my independent. Songs sang to you guys by women that was sold to you by women with husbands. Y'all fell for the okie doke from women who had husbands. And now 10 years later, 15 years later, you think you could just go pick a man off the man tree? You think you could just go grab a man off the man tree after you done got your education, got your degrees, got that corporate job, vice president. You're not going to be president. You're going to be vice president. And that's not going to last too long before that job gets rid of you, because that's how jobs are. Kick you to the curb. And then after you, all your formidable years, all your, where your sexual marketplace value was so high, has been skipped past. Now you tired, you want to relax, and now you looking for a man? You think you're going to just, they didn't tell you that you just couldn't go get one off the man tree. There's no such thing as a man tree. Not the quality men that you're looking for. Now there's average men out there, but you guys don't want the average guy. You want the guy who's 6'1", Gabby, nicely dressed, look like he got a job, making bread, paying for everything. That's who you're looking for. To be honest, it's not a lot to ask for. However, they're rare. They're rare. So you pass up the average dude looking for him, and now you single forever. No man's land. Those guys, they'll take you to Pound Town, though. They'll beat them guts. But you can't keep him. He out. He finds a reason. He gives you some book. You know, y'all just getting, we learning. I seen all the excuses, man. We learning each other. It ain't no commitment. He don't even want to talk to you about nothing else. More often than not, you guys don't have any meaningful long conversations about anything. Those guys you don't care about. You care about the bad guy. The fuck boys just want to when we meeting up so I can getting them. It's your turn. It's your turn this week. Tonight's your night. Welcome to dating after 40, ladies. Welcome to reality. Talk about it in the comments. I need to get my subscriptions up. Please subscribe. If you like the content, I'll do it all. I'll do it more often if you like this content. I need to get my subscriptions up, so please subscribe to the channel. That helps me immensely. All you gotta do is hit the subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll see you out in the Matrix, the real world.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, no, no. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Amarte es mi maña, que lo que toca mi mano se dañan. Pero amor es lo que dicen, como un color entre los grises. Yo nunca te fallé, tú no eres cualquiera. Tú eres la mujer, mi corazón corazón anhela. Pasan por ahí todas esas poses que tú conoces. Gracias a mi mujer, ni tu amigo, pero en vivo solo contigo disfruto el show, bebé. Alright, cita, dime pa' dónde vas, que yo te caigo donde sea. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Somos Adán y Eva, y estoy listo pa' tomar el castigo. Yeah, y todo lo prohibido y los pecados que tú y yo hemos cometido. Pasan por ahí todas esas poses que tú conoces. Gracias a mi mujer, ni tu amigo, pero en vivo solo contigo disfruto el show, bebé. Alright, cita, dime pa' dónde vas, que yo te caigo donde sea. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami.